I was born in the Philippine countryside in Javan province. It's a blend of interference between the clans and the sea along with the unique culture of the Khmer people. Growing up in the perfect safetyness of my family, I didn't really feel like I should try for anything until I interned to Concord University. Being away from my family arms, living in a completely strange environment, I realized that I should change. I needed to do something to change, but sadly, I don't know what should I do too. And as time went on, until a few months ago, I signed up for listening and speaking course of Mr. Ken. He introduced me to a new grace, and that moment, I finally knew what should I do for myself. Is he a global citizen? A global citizen is someone who is conscious of and understands the good in the social. They participate actively in their communities and collaborate with others to create the world where it's more peaceful, sustainable, and equitable place. To become a global citizen, we have to be innovative, flexible, committed, and proactive, and develop some skill related to problem solving, decision making, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. Because global citizens usually deal with some issues, including diversity of identities and cultures, sustainable development, peace and colors, and some inequality related to power, resources, and respect. On the other hand, these qualities and skills are becoming increasingly essential in the workplace and in life, and they may significantly benefit both our personal and professional growth. And a good example for a global citizen that I have known is Mr. Kang, who helped me to know this concept. He has all the skill I listed earlier, and he is ready to act to help others, bringing the Christianness of education abroad to these students in there, participating in many volunteer activities, especially teaching us how to become a member of the global citizen. And thanks to him, I recognize how vital it is to be a global citizen, especially after taking a global citizenship education in Microsoft. This assists me in transitioning from a shy person who is afraid to express oneself to become a person who dares to ask or express when in a doubt. Perhaps for someone this is too simple, but for me, it was a process of intense psychological struggle. Although I have made positive changes myself, I still feel it's not enough. About a month ago, I just realized that I was too passive or just there to plan, but not implemented. And that is also the problem that young people like me has. Fortunately, despite the fact that it was placed, I eventually grabbed the problem and began to resolve it. I changed it a little bit. For instance, while learning translations course in the past, I didn't understand why this way is translated like that. I still keep quiet and wait for my brains to ask my teacher, or if not, I just would let go. Magically, in one day, I tried to make a question to my teacher, and suddenly I realized that it's not as difficult as I imagined. And I noticed the biggest barrier to our success is our mentality. I know it will be tough to break rid of, but start with the most likely thing, just as asking questions and work our way up. As a citizen of the 21st century, we must be perfectly fair and ready to act on both a professional and personal level. It also ends of my sharing. Thank you for your listening.